You're listening to the Domenick Nati Show. News, gossip, celebrity interviews with limited knowledge and accuracy in sports and politics. And now, your host, celebrity publicist, Domenick Nati.
That's right, it's Friday, and it is time for the Domenick Nati Show on Intellectual Radio in Chicago and iHeartRadio. Oh, we got a good one for you today. I told you we were going to take a housewife break, and we sure did. Today, our special guest is hip-hop legend Coolio. Been spending most of our life living in the gangster's paradise. That's the guy. He is going to be our special guest. And he's from LA, and I got to ask him about a lot of things, but most importantly, I asked him what is going on with Soulja Boy in LA right now. Is he respected in the streets, and what advice he has for him? And it was a good one. You may have seen it yesterday in allhiphop.com. That was coverage of our interview. I also asked him about police brutality. He shared a story with me, which I've never heard before, about him being abused and roughed up by the police when he was only 11 years old. And so he talks about that. He also had something to say about why he believes that is going on against African Americans. And I also asked him about Trump, and I asked him if he would have performed at Trump's inauguration today, if the price was right. And his answer may shock you. So keep it right here, and we'll be right back with Coolio on the Domenick Nati Show.
This is the Domenick Nati Show on iHeartRadio and Intellectual Radio.
Hey, welcome back to the Domenick Nati Show. Today, we have another episode of The Entrepreneurs. I have some very exciting guests with me. Sam and Sean from Lynchburg, Virginia. Guys, how you doing today?
Doing great.
Doing fantastic. You guys are super smart, and you make a lot of cool inventions and stuff. What are you guys working on right now?
I think right now we want to focus on something that we are really passionate about. And, Sean and I spend a great deal of time traveling the country. And we started to have a growing concern, if you will, about buying shoes. Mm-hmm. And when you're an amputee and you're forced to go to a Foot Locker or Finish Line, and you're forced to pay full price for a pair of shoes.
$80 to $150.
You're talking about people with just one foot, one leg?
One foot. Whether it be the left or the right. Yeah. It's just one of the two.
Okay.
And we don't think it's fair that you'd have to buy a pair of shoes.
And it's a waste of natural resources.
Huge waste of resource. And so we believe in giving back. So we came up with the idea of Shoemate. And Shoemate was designed to capture the unused shoe. To take that unused shoe.
And find a mate.
Shoemate.
Wow.
It's a business that we think has a leg to stand on.
So if like Gary is missing a right leg, he can find Larry out west who's missing a left leg, and they become, if you would, like pen pals of shoes. The website's up, but the technology's working. It's more of a marketing thing. We're just waiting for it to get some legs and keep going.
And we've got the jingle written now, so we're doing pretty good. I think we've been.
Would you do the jingle?
Man, that would be.
It's something really simple. We hired Manilow to write the jingle for us. I'm a pepper, you're a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? So we wanted something in that vein. So we did something like Shoemate, we got a shoe for you and you too. So it's a real simple.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it gets the point across. It puts a foot in the right direction.
I was just going to say, I want to be an amputee now.
Does that jingle, does that stuff just come to you guys, or is it something?
Well, again, we had to hire professional help on that jingle. We thought that was a little bit out of our league to write something so complex. And I don't know the last time a jingle has hit number one on the Billboard 100.
It's been a while.
We probably have a chance with this. Shoemate, like that. It's in my head again.
I can't stop thinking about it.
Well, I believe it was 1982, the Menon jingle.
That's true.
Hit pretty high.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, because one thing that I thought of is, they don't call it feet locker. It's called foot locker, right? So it's like
it's discrimination.
Hopped in there
Mm-hmm.
with one leg, I would think, oh, cool, finally a store for just my one foot. But then I would find out, hey, it's feet locker, and I'm without a shoe buddy.
Exactly.
We could probably do that. We thought about brick and mortar.
Yeah.
We thought more kiosk driven, mall kiosk type thing.
Yeah.
Given that amputees only represent 35% of the population.
That's pretty high, though. I wouldn't have.
Well, our latest survey.
Well, how can people find their shoe buddy? Do you guys have a website or?
Well, the jingle sometimes we think is enough to find us. It's one of those things. It's like a genie.
Well, you just sing the jingle and then
sing the jingle.
And they will come.
And we will come.
And again, one more time, if people want to find a shoemate, they sing
shoemate, we got a shoe for you, and you too, right? Man, so we don't leave anybody out. We've got a shoe for you.
Because if I was hearing this jingle, I'd be like, well, what about me? But then at the end, you're like, and you too, and then I'm included.
Sure.
Thank you guys for being on the show, and
absolutely,
and best of luck. We'll be right back with more of the Domenick Nati Show on iHeartRadio and Intellectual Radio.
Hey, this is Riff Raff, and you listen to the Domenick Nati Show on iHeartRadio.
Do you have a business and are looking for a creative and effective way to market your product or services? Are you an entertainer or recording artist looking for a captive audience to display your talent to? The Domenick Nati Show is now offering on-air commercial advertising for as low as $50. Your product or talent will be presented by celebrity publicist Domenick Nati and be seen on our social media accounts and on iHeartRadio and select stations throughout the country. Send us a message on social media at Dom Nati Show or email DomenickNatiShow@gmail.com for more information. The Domenick Nati Show, maximum exposure, minimum censorship. You're listening to the Domenick Nati Show on iHeartRadio and Intellectual Radio.
Okay, welcome back to the Domenick Nati Show on iHeartRadio and Intellectual Radio in Chicago. I have been telling you all program about our special guest, and I know everyone's excited, and the time has finally come. You guys know who he is, music and hip-hop icon. Coolio is on the phone with us right now. Coolio, how you doing?
See, I'm in L.A. hanging out with Trent from Nati.
Oh, okay. That's good to hear. Weather good out there?
Yeah, it's kind of cold, actually.
Well, let me just jump right in if that's okay. Are you following, are you following what's going on with Soulja Boy right now? And do you think that he's respected in the streets out there?
No, he's not. And he's playing a dangerous game. And you better be careful. I think you should go back on Florida or wherever he's from. Because if he doesn't, something bad's going to happen.
You say he's playing a dangerous game, and he might need to go back to Atlanta before he gets hurt.
Because he's not being smart. Man, you live in a mansion. You got money. You got cars. You got jewelry. You got women. What you want to be in the hood for anyway? You want to be in the hood, but dudes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't let me find out. If that's what you want, man, come on, man. Just, man, quit playing before you get hurt. I'm not a super Soulja Boy fan, but, I'm a Superman that whole a few times. I like to be able to do it again. He needs to grow up. He needs a mentor. He needs somebody to step in his life right now and show him that he's going in the wrong direction before it's too late. Before somebody takes his life.
I hope he hears that.
I hope somebody else hears it. It'd probably be better coming from somebody from the South. So, maybe Big Boy is or Andre 3000 or Bundy from UGK, man, that's one of those people I'm helping out.
That's a good point. Well, I've always respected, your thought on social issues, and I know that right now, police brutality against African American people, we're having a national epidemic right now. So I just want to know, were you a victim of this in your life, like in your life of police profiling and brutality, and if so, could you explain what happened, just to tell people how long this has been going on?
Well, I remember one instance with me. I was 11 years old, and the police picked me up by the seat of my pants and the back of my shirt, threw me out into the street, and then came and dragged me back and slapped me on the car and started beating me on the back of my legs with their flashlight. And I was 11 years old.
You were just minding your business, like outside, I guess, and they just picked you up and started beating you. Were you?
Well, I was in my mother's car, but I forgot to turn the lights on.
You were driving, or no, you were driving. Yeah. You're 11. Right.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to be driving.
Wow. Has it gotten worse, or do you feel like just with everybody having a camera on them that they're just showing you how bad it's always been?
Exactly. It's always been that way. You see it every day. In every major city in America, profile. And for everyone that got filmed, there's another 100 that didn't get filmed.
Do you feel like no matter what you do, people complain and aren't heard? As far as what you're trying to stand up against, do you feel like it's just a losing battle to try to make a statement?
There was an active plan in place to not only destroy hip hop, but to destroy the Afrocentric youth. And I blame the new rappers. I blame people that allowed the new rappers to change things the way they did. I also blame radio for playing garbage.
In a few days, we have a new president coming into office. So what are your thoughts on Donald Trump?
I've been saying that he might be the lesser of two evils.
Were you an Obama supporter? Do you feel like he did enough in his 8 years? Are you happy with what he did?
I'm an Obama supporter, yeah. Do I think he could have done better? Yes. But at the same time, he was the first. And hopefully he won't be the last.
And Trump's having a hard time with this inauguration and getting a recording artist. Would you perform at the inauguration if the price was right?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to play the song right after this. And Coolio, thank you again for being on the show. We really appreciate it.
I said, killer, impatient, maybe kind of think my homies roll a 100 nigga, make your little white you awake and straight up choppers through your face. Time to find me, Uncle Bobby, 25, and the live look the bed, and ready to match out in the chat.
It's dark and it's cold, and I fear for my soul again. When will they kill again? And again, children, women, and men, family names and friends. It's dark and it's cold, and I fear for my soul in here. When will they kill again? And
again. Children, women, and men, family, names, and friends.
I walk my favorite nine. Tell them take top, cause the gangsta slide. Between two suckers, take a gangsta life. The whole hood gon' fly when the gangsta die. I can't find this killer. And I wonder why. They said it's everything they killer, but that's a mother. Another cocaine from 48. Now it's 27 there, hours late. This had 2 words to the highway. And can't remember the numbers of the life. And if I should say nothing anyway, because when the cell phone shit, the whole regulate. Right now, it's time today. Yeah, make sense for working the gold snakes.
It's dark and it's cold, and I fear for my soul again. When will they kill again? And again, children, women, and men, family, names, and friends. It's dark and it's cold, and I fear for my soul in here. When will they kill again? And again, children, women, and men, family, names, and friends.
No you, it's just me. No justice, no sleep. No family, no friends. No education. So don't you pretend that you understand. Cause you'll never know why they kill again.
It's dark and it's cold, and I fear for my soul again. When will they kill again? And again, children, women, and men, family, names, and friends. It's dark and it's cold, and I fear for my soul in here. When will they kill again? And again, children, women, and men, family, names, and friends. They kill again. And again, and again, and again, when will they kill again? And again, and again, and again. It's dark and it's cold, and I fear for my soul again. When will they kill again? And again, children, women, and men, family, names, and friends. It's dark and it's cold, and I fear for my soul in here. When will they kill again? And again, children, women, and men, family, names, and friends. When will they kill again? And again, and again, and again. When will they kill again?
Yo, what's up, world? Coolio with the flow. You're listening to the Domenick Nati Show. Sucker Zulu, right?
Do you have a business and are looking for a creative and effective way to market your product or services? Are you an entertainer or recording artist looking for a captive audience to display your talent to? The Domenick Nati Show is now offering on-air commercial advertising for as low as $50. Your product or talent will be presented by celebrity publicist Domenick Nati and be seen on our social media accounts and on iHeartRadio and select stations throughout the country. Send us a message on social media at Dom Nati Show or email DomenickNattyShow@gmail.com for more information. The Domenick Nati Show, maximum exposure, minimum censorship. We're back to the Domenick Nati Show on iHeartRadio and Intellectual Radio.
And we're back. Domenick Nati Show, Intellectual Radio, iHeartRadio. So, what'd you think? Coolio was our guest today. I thought he gave us some good nuggets, some juicy sound bites. It got picked up by the press. And yeah, I like what he had to say. I think he's got some good advice. I hope Soulja Boy is one of our listeners because he might want to heed the advice that Coolio gave today. So there it is, Coolio. It is time for the weekend. Next week, we're going to be back. I'm going to have a very special comedian with us. They had to postpone. Coolio took her place, but a female comedian that you are going to love. That'll be next week's guest. We will see you then, right here, same time, the Domenick Nati Show. We'll see you next week.